Sean Ross Sapp, Fightful.com, here at Toy HQ in Lexington, Toy Vomit, and I've got you reviewing some of the figures in my personal collection, Danhausen.
Yes, Danhausen is a wonderful YouTube reviewer of some sort, so we are going to review some toys.
These are figures from my actual collection. Let's get him started here. Now, you're going to take a look at this yourself.
Oh, it appears someone has defeated this fellow because he has X's on his eyes. Fun fact, Danhausen was going through his garage and he found this same toy to bring here to sell to make monies.
Okay.
But his leg was broken off.
Okay.
Perhaps we should have brought them in Frankenstein them together, and we could have had a full Kevin Nash figure.
How would you rate his face paint? Turn it towards the camera so people can see.
1 out of 10.
1 out of 10.
This is crappy.
Kevin Nash.
Garbage!
Next figure.
Who is this fellow?
It's a Hillbilly Jim thumb wrestler.
Farmer Jack. Danhausen used to go to a grocer, disguised as a human, but of course. Well, Danhausen is a human.
Allegedly.
Yes, this is Farmer Jack. He's had the grocery bags. He sold Danhausen eggs.
He is billed being as from 15 minutes from my front door.
Oh, yes?
Mudlick, Kentucky.
What the hell is that place? This one's nice.
This one is nice. Do you know who that is?
The Exorcist.
It's Shaquille O'Neal.
No, this is the... Oh, he beat up Corey.
He did.
Wonderful. This fellow got the job done. You know who didn't? Warhorse.
Warhorse didn't get the job done.
Danhausen gave him wonderful advice, and he still lost because he did not take it. But this fellow took Danhausen's advice and won his match. What is happening with this?
I think you got to turn the body around, I think.
He's contorted.
He is. Oh, it's the legs that turn around.
Oh.
And then he can dunk like that.
He looks like he's going to eat the basketball.
Not a lot of points of articulation on this.
No, but also, how are you supposed to pose this?
Well, it came with a base
and
then a steel rod that went through his knee.
This is an incomplete figure, and it does not actually look like him. 2 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
Except he beat Corey, so I don't know. 3 out of 10.
2 out of 10.
3 out of 10. We're going to bump him to 3.
We got a beautiful figure here. This is Rick Steiner, Galoob. Of course, he's in mint condition.
Yes, this is mint. Look at his butt cheeks.
Yeah, I was going to say his butt cheeks are out.
He's like those fellows who wear their underwear for so long that they disintegrate.
Have you ever seen anybody with gear like that with just their butt cheeks out?
Yes, AJ Styles at one time. You ever see him?
Yes.
You know who that is?
Yes, I do know who that is. He's very famous.
A little bit. Not as famous as Danhausen, but he's pretty famous.
Is he as famous as Rick Steiner and Rick Steiner's butt cheeks?
Yes.
He's got a good full head of hair. He's got the headgear.
Danhausen doesn't like these little holes. They look like little circles, you know?
Yeah. Well,
like spores.
Look at the tattoo for 1990.
Danhausen doesn't like spores.
You don't like spores? I don't know what a spore is.
It's a phobia.
A spore.
You know the little holes? Little hole phobia.
Okay.
Danhausen does not like it. It is gross.
Now,
take this one away.
Look
0 out of 10.
Look at his feet.
Oh, he's been chewed up because
he's got a club foot. He's like King Tut.
Is that true?
Yeah, King Tut had a club foot.
Look at this. We are on the Learning Channel now with Sean Ross.
We teach here.
Yes. Ooh.
This was actually a gift from the owners of this store.
Wonderful. Danhausen had a cane one of these.
Did you? Did it have a little accessory with it?
It did not come with a severed head, but it, because this is actually...
It's amazing they would sell that to children, right?
Quite cannibalistic, if you will.
Yeah.
This is a bear with a severed head of another bear, and then the head says, "Help me."
Do you remember
severed a head.
Do you remember the controversy around the Al Snow figure, the Jack Pacific figure?
Yes, because it came with a severed head of a woman.
Yes.
And it looked like there's no distinction between that it is a mannequin head or a real person head because the toy looks the same.
Now, as far as this goes, this, I think, is more confusion. This looks like a severed polar bear's head.
Yes, it looks like this blue bear does not like polar bears.
So what would you rate this out of 10?
5.
5?
It's in good condition.
It is in good condition.
This one is 5.
Thank you to the fellows at Toy Vomit for giving me this. Actually, they wouldn't let me leave the store without it.
Ooh.
This, we have an
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
This is Arnold. He's the strongest person on Earth.
Arnold. Do you know what movie this is from?
Last Action Hero.
You do know.
Yes.
You knew that right out of the gate. Was it the boots? Was it the shirt? What was it?
Oh, no, this is Arnold. He's in everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, you knew the movie. It could have been the rundown for all we know.
Well, there's many evil people in there, and there's also Arnold, so Danhausen remembers this film. And there's the little ticket.
Okay.
It shines, and then it becomes inside the movie, and they have a wonderful time.
Probably the best condition any of my figures have been in so far, right?
Danhausen also had this one.
Okay.
Yes, Last Action Hero was one of Danhausen's favorite films.
I stole this from my cousin.
Are we cousins?
No.
Is this Danhausen's?
I'm sorry. This is a He-Man.
2099.
Is it?
I don't
Is that the series? Like
No, that's Marvel. This is
1988. It was made in Malaysia, apparently.
Yes. It's all broken.
It's not all broken. Look at
His
it.
face. It's all broken.
Look, he's got this little motion right here.
He's wiggly.
He can do the twist. He can dance.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I mean, you've been known to dance a time or two in your matches.
Yes, sometimes when people throw money at Danhausen for it.
I mean, so what would you rate this figure?
3 out of 10. Danhausen has like
3 out of 10.
It's wiggly. Look at it.
It is wiggly.
Look at that.
It's loose. Look, he's
Look
got.
at his legs. They're
He
broken.
was ahead of the curve. Look at that. He's got that hip motion. Back in the day, they were just, we'll go front, back, front, back, front, back. He's giving him a little bit of thrust. You see what I'm saying?
See what Danhausen's doing?
He's doing the thrust.
This is Matt Hardy's thing.
Oh, yeah, it is.
3 out of 10.
3 out of 10.
Oh.
This is...
Tom Hardy.
It is Tom Hardy. Actually, do you know who that... Well, I don't know if this is from the animated series or the movie.
Danhausen will tell you about this.
Okay.
This figure is from the movie Batman and Robin.
Yes.
But this is based off the comic book look and not the look that they went with in the movie, which was quite terrible.
So, Jeep Swenson. You know who Jeep Swenson is? He played Bane in the movie. And
He's
he
a
was
wrestler or some sort.
Yeah, he was a WCW wrestler.
Danhausen doesn't know who he is. He just knew a wrestler played this fellow.
Man. I mean,
Should have been Tom Hardy.
Do you think you could bench more than Jeep Swenson? Because I think you could.
Yes, absolutely. Probably at least 600 pounds.
Yeah. So let's rate this figure. A little bit of wear and tear on the face.
Decent abs, though.
Yeah. He was always my powerhouse. He was like my Brock Lesnar in my figure
Oh,
federation.
yes. Danhausen's defeated that fellow before.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll say 6 out of 10. The face gives it no 10 out of 10.
Yes.
Otherwise, he's so powerful. Look at it.
Bane, 6 out of 10. We'll say.
He's a nice singlet.
Now, guys, it's time for the main event. I got 2 of them for you.
What the hell are these? What is this?
I have
Why do you have this?
Carol Baskin and Howard Baskin bobblehead dolls. Are you familiar with them?
They did the cat show. Cats.
Tiger King.
Cats.
Yeah, well,
It's a famous movie that came out last year.
well, that was not famous, that's for sure. That was Jason Derulo.
Hey, all you cool cats. This is stupid.
Why
Where'd
is
you
it
get this?
stupid? Well, a bobblehead company sends me stuff for publicity
Oh, then
sometimes.
this is great.
And they said, would you like a Carol and Howard Baskin bobblehead doll? And I said, why would you even ask me? Of course I do.
Who is this fellow?
Howard Baskin, that's our husband. He has been known to walk around with a leash on his neck with her, yeah.
Oh, very good.
So, I mean, how much on the open market, like if you were walking by a supermarket or something, and some guy emerged from an alley with one of these and he said, hey man, got them Carol Baskins, how much would you pay for it?
Danhausen would punch him right in the groin.
You'd punch him
Say,
right,
Get the hell away from me. I do not want these.
but would you take the figures while he was down on the ground suffering?
Yes, probably because we could take them to the store that we're in and sell
It's a
them.
very, well, we couldn't because I've tried to sell them to him before and I don't think
So
he
these
wants.
are worthless.
I'm not saying they're worthless. It's just I think that Toy Vomit probably was like, man, listen, we'd have to take out a second mortgage on our home. We would have to.
They're worth so much.
They're worth so much. Look at the detail
This
of her
tiger
face.
is quite nice, and this guy has a pamphlet of some sort.
What does it say? It says Big Cat
Public
Safety
Safety
Act. What would you rate these figures, Danhausen?
Honestly, 0.
0.
Danhausen will do nothing with these.
I mean, you're holding them right now.
To burn them for warmth.
Burn them. Well, you do live in Canada.
We're someplace far away.
It is.
France.
It is.
We come from France.
We've reviewed figures with Danhausen. Danhausen, thank you so much.
Yes, thank you very much for these things, whatever they are. I don't know.
Tell the people where they can get your stuff, your merchandise that
yes.
is probably worth more than this stuff.
This is true. ProWrestlingTees.com/Danhausen. We shall make Danhausen the #1 bestseller this year. And Patreon.com/LoveThatDanhausen. And go to Cameo too. Cameo.com/Danhausen. Danhausen will say hello for a lot of money.
That's how I booked this. Until next time, guys, we're out.